Oh. Oh, just about everybody's online already. This is neat.
Yeah.
Well, how was everyone's week?
I had a pretty good week.
Oh, is that everybody? Is everybody online? Everybody's online. On time.
Somebody
But
left.
then somebody fell offline.
This is Drew.
Oh, well, no biggie then.
I got sick again this
Seriously?
week. That's my big news.
What kind of sickness? Another cold, or you get the flu, or?
A cold, a really weird one. Like I feel perfectly fine, except I'm very congested, and my nose will not stop running.
I love it when you're both congested and your nose is running.
Yes, it's ridiculous. It's like what's running out is crystal clear, like water.
Yes.
Like, and I'll be sitting, and I'll change position, and like a tablespoon of liquid just falls out, and it's like, what the fuck was that? It's just terrible. Luckily, that seems to have gone away overnight last night, but I still have a box of Kleenex here just in case.
Well, I'm going to flip us over to World of Darkness chat, or OBS, and not this Slime Rancher bullshit.
Sure.
Let me go look at the stream and see if it looks okay, since it seems no one in YouTube chat is going to say anything. Looks good to me. Okay. I've got the new. Whoa, you guys have fans with talent? No, actually, we don't. That piece of art was a commission. I was in the mood to spend some money. None of our fans have talent. Is the the moral of that story? We have to pay for art.
Well, good art.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, didn't we get some art earlier on in our mage
You know
quests?
what? I take it back. That dude who was doing all the cool photoshops, he had some talent, and I wish he would do some more. Because
So, I mean, yeah, you have one of his photoshops up along with your painting. So
yes,
Yeah.
the commissioned painting and the Photoshop are, I would say, probably on equal footing, artistry wise.
Hey man, art is art.
Agreed. Pardon me. So my tabletop life is boring lately. Here's hoping listening to you guys makes up for it. Well, we'll see, I guess.
Probably not.
Do our best, I guess.
Probably not, though.
High bar.
Last week I drank too much wine, so this week it's tea. D&D group locked in a perpetual loop of being overly cautious about fighting bandits in a fort and attacking at night while my character is spec'd to be a sniper with no dark vision. That sounds like a very nitty-gritty issue that I'm not interested in hearing about.
Also feels like you probably should have gotten some kind of dark vision if you wanted to be a
be
sniper.
right back.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, there's
what?
someone talking.
I just got in my house. Yeah.
Is it just me or does
Jesus.
his new girlfriend sound just like his old girlfriend?
Wait, he has a
What is
different girlfriend?
happening?
Oh, I hope we don't get more squeaky dog toy this week. That was the best. Oh! Should we wait for Drew? I don't know how long he's planning to be.
Me neither.
Another minute.
Will our heroes continue to live up to their namesake and fail to pick up on Mac's hints, or will they remain the world's worst adventurers? Find out this week.
Come
You
on,
know,
man.
that's part of being a GM. You drop hints, you throw plot hooks, you mention them multiple times, people ignore them. That's fine. Part of my job is figuring out what my players are interested in and trying to flesh that out and abandon some of the other plot lines.
They just want us to go back after that bucket.
Well, the bucket was an interesting, little side plot there. It took half of one episode.
To not do anything with it.
You there, Drew? Oh, that wasn't Drew. Thought I heard Drew. Oh,
Was he like fighting with his babysitter or something? What's going on?
Hi, what?
Hey, it's Drew. All right. I'm going to start the creepy music, I guess. Does anybody want to give us a recap?
I made notes.
Oh, well, it's worth
That's
2
better than I
XP.
did.
Okay. The group headed to Paradigm Solutions to help find Valley High. They went into the basement with Sodom and found him covered in purple fire over his legs and arms and responding only to the name Charlie and calling Sodom Alex. Magic investigation showed a lack of magic rather than any magic being there at all. Honey Badger cast Destroy Bindings and a knot of black tendrils over his head seemed to loosen. Further discussion with Valley High resulted in him asking what's a smile and other basic questions he didn't seem to comprehend. Valley High then went upstairs, leaving fire effects on everything he touched and grass growing out of his handprint on the wall, then Ender wisely told him a terrible description of a dog. Valley High then reached into the walls, pulled several dog people out, leaving them on the steps to fight the group. The typical fighters of the group did not seem interested in actually engaging, and instead dinked around doing other things, with Honey Badger trying to dissuade Valley High of continuing to have his minions fight us. And leaving the Merovingian and Ender to do most of the grunt work in defeating the baddies. And
Luckily, Ender had a sweet 2-for-1 swing of his Ulfbert sword.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did have a hell of a chance roll.
I forget about that.
All right, that's a pretty good synopsis. Add 2 XP to your character sheet. Did he leave out any details anyone wants to make sure we include here, or
That seems pretty accurate.
pretty much everything? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that's where we are. You are on the stairwell underneath Paradigm Solutions, roughly 3-ish floors down at the moment, following Valley High up toward the lobby. Valley High, yes, currently seems confused. When Timmy scanned his brain, he saw what looked like, to him anyway, a younger, from the past version of Valley High's brain. Like it's just missing some stuff. And so, climbing the stairs, would everyone give me a Wits plus Composure roll, please?
Sure.
Starting out right away.
Just trying to keep things moving, you know?
Wow, 4 on a 5 roll.
I'm good. I'm very composed and witty.
This is a stand-in for something in Dungeons and Dragons. Oh dear. 8 dice, 1 success. In Dungeons and Dragons, when I want to see if you notice something passively that happens to be in the environment, and you're not actively searching for it, I would ask you to roll Perception. There's no such stat in World of Darkness. Wits plus Composure kind of stands in for Perception. So when I ask for Wits plus Composure, that's sort of what I'm going for.
Well, and Dungeons & Dragons even has passive perception, where you would just already know if we noticed it or not.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something that like a roll of 10 on your perception check would pick up, then I just tell you about it.
Oh, you did notice that the building you're about to go into is on fire.
Yeah, well, that was lucky. Okay, yeah. So you're ascending behind Valley High / Charlie. And you notice every single footstep that he leaves behind is a different sort of effect. The last time, you saw grass growing out of the bit of the wall where he touched it with his hand, and everywhere he steps, he leaves these violet flames behind. And when his foot leaves the spot, you see a different effect. Like previously last week, you saw some bubbly, melty, warpy stuff where he had been standing initially, and then like a nice clean hexagon print, like he wanted to sit down to a game of Settlers of Catan. And now in his footprints, you're seeing even more, just something weird and different and random every time he touches the ground. There's pulverized gravel in one footprint, and then in the next one there are red beetles scurrying over each other to escape the purple flames. And a pile of toenails and a puddle of milk. It's just a whole cornucopia of weird shit.
We can actually tell they're toenails?
Well, they look bigger than fingernails.
Okay.
Yoder can tell they're toenails. You're not sure.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. They could just be from big fingers, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It could be all thumbnails, yeah.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant's fingernails.
Too soon.
Well, what do we got? So, Valley High is just walking on ahead. I presume you're following behind him, but what would you like to do about this situation? He will reach the lobby in the matter of less than a minute.
I feel like I want to ask him what his plans are, but I don't want to end up fighting something
Plans? Interesting. Tell me more.
A plan
Sure,
is soft
very.
and cuddly. They hump a lot.
Well, what do you want to ask him?
I'm just...
What the hell? I'm going to say... Wait, is he Charlie, or did he think the other guy was Charlie?
Valley High was calling Sodom Alex, and he said, "It's me, Charlie."
Okay.
And
So I wanna say-
Sodom was unsettled by this, so you appear to have inferred from that these are their true names.
I just want to say, Charlie, where are you going?
His movements have been robotic, and his responses to your questions have been strange. But when he responds to the name Charlie, he turns around and looks pretty human. And he says, "What? Huh? What?
Where are you going? What are your plans here?
Up, I guess. Thought I'd thought I'd see what else is up there. Alex went up that way."
Yeah, I can see that. Do you know anything about snow globes?
What a question. I know what they are. Is that what you're after?
Do you know about magic snow globes?
Magic snow globes? No, and he kind of shakes his head and turns and continues up the stairs and says, get back to Disney World. He's on the second sub-basement floor now.
Have we established who's got the arc spear right now?
I believe you left it in
have it
Yoder.
in your shop. Oh,
Yoder's got it, I think.
yeah.
Is that right, Shale?
That's what...
Because you were casting healing spells.
Yes, I healed at the end of the day. Yes, I healed lately. So yes,
Okay.
I'm fairly certain we can say I have it.
That's fine. I just want to make sure we knew where it was. Okay.
So who?
I'm gonna just
I know. Honey Badger's probably pretty close to Valley High at this point because he was talking to him at the end of the session last week. What? Who else? Are you all just grouped together on Honey Badger's ass, or are you coming up single file? Are you examining anything in the stairwell as you go? It sounds like the Merovingian, or no, that was Timmy, is going to try and engage Valley High in conversation, so he's probably somewhere up near the top.
I guess I'm kind of toward the back. I want to see if those purple flames hurt.
Okay. So you wave your hand through some of them, or?
Yeah, cautiously, like you would with a fire.
So you immediately in front of you, you've just passed the puddle of milk, and immediately in front of you is a footstep which appears to contain a writhing mass of tentacles. So you choose to eschew that one and move up to the next step.
Thank you.
Where you find a footstep containing a single Yu-Gi-Oh card. And
that's weird.
yeah. And you wave your hand over the card, and you don't feel the purple fire at all. It doesn't generate heat. It doesn't even move the air. It's like it's an illusion.
I would like to try to pick up the Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Okay. It's a real Yu-Gi-Oh card. You pick it up. It's the Baphomet card. It's worth about 50 cents online.
Nice. Baphomet, you said?
Baphomet, yes. It's a common.
Oh,
I assume you're a Yu-Gi-Oh expert, and I shouldn't be making you roll.
Oh no, it didn't. Yeah, Albacore knows. I don't. Albacore knows all about that. Okay, but the magic is the purple flame does not do any kind of damage. It seems entirely ephemeral and
Illusory, yes.
illusory. Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, and since I just got a sweet free Yu-Gi-Oh card, I'd like to keep my eyes on the footprints as we go up, and just if I see anything that might be interesting or valuable, inspect that closer.
Okay. Why don't you give me intelligence plus investigation? Three successes. Let's see here.
Like I always wanted a bag of teeth.
You've always wanted a bag of teeth.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
All right. Well, I don't know about a bag of teeth, but as you climb, you see, a puddle of putrid blackness that smells like a corpse, and then a pristine little pile of Fruit Loops, and then some lumpy coagulated blood, and then there's a little leather bag. That's weird.
Neat. I want to check it for traps.
Okay. How would you check for traps? That's a great question. Let me look at your character sheet. I feel like this is something I should know. So roll. I don't want to just say intelligence plus investigation, but that does seem like the thing to do here.
Yeah.
Kind of does.
So intelligence plus investigation, please.
All right.
The bag does not seem to have any, hidden filaments tying it to anything that, or there's no giant button underneath it. You're going to have to replace it with a golden idol when you pick it up. There's no indication of an obvious trap.
All right, I'll pick it up and take a look inside.
Okay. They are teeth, but disappointingly, it seems they're made of ceramic.
Yes. Oh.
So you have a bag of ceramic teeth.
Are they at least convincing looking?
Yeah, in fact, you suspect. Give me your encyclopedic knowledge roll.
All right. Intelligence plus wits, which is that. All right.
Wow, okay.
Nice.
These resemble the sorts of teeth that would be used in making dentures. So maybe not valuable per se, but to someone
Sure.
at some point they may have been, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, Drew, could you take your phone off the desk?
Yeah.
Okay, if no one else has any ideas, I have something I'd like to do right now.
Okay, what is it? Do it.
I want to pull my spider box out of my backpack or wherever I got it stowed and crack it open and pull out a couple of poisonous spiders
Oh,
and sort of flick them at the back of Valley High,
okay.
Damn.
just in case, because if this goes badly, it might be nice if we had something to incapacitate him.
Are you going to cast some spell to make sure you have control of them and can keep them from
Yeah.
biting him immediately, or
Yeah, I'm gonna do beast control on him.
are you going to ask Yoder to borrow the arc spear?
Yes.
Okay.
I toss it to him.
Oh, jeez.
Don't throw that thing! All right,
Did
so
you have to
you
roll
take the
to
arc
catch
spear
it?
from Yoder. No, you don't have
Okay.
to roll to catch it. He hands it to you. Unless you want to toss it. You can toss it if you want.
No, I'll hand it.
Then no dexterity roll to see if you drop it down the stairs.
We don't want a bucket situation.
Okay, so first you open up your laptop bag where you've got your laptop and everything else, including the spider box. It's a pretty big laptop bag. Not much of a laptop bag at all, really. More of a backpack. And give me, first of all, a wits plus composure roll.
Sure. That's gonna go badly. No.
Just good enough.
So, have you ever handled a gyroscope of any significant size?
Yeah.
So you're familiar with the kind of weird pulls you get when you twist them one way and another. Your backpack, as you reach your hand into it, it gives you that sort of a disorienting, jerking, twisting sensation, like your bag is moving in a way that you wouldn't normally anticipate, given the motion of your body. Like it's moving of its own accord.
Oh God, the spiders are loose. Don't open it.
But your hand's already inside, so you make contact with the spider box, and that is not what is moving. So
Okay.
you're not sure. But you pull out the spider box, you summon a couple of poisonous spiders, and cast your mind spell.
Yep. Which is a rote, but actually, wait. I think presence plus animal ken plus mind. Yeah. It's not any better than my gnosis plus mind roll.
Yeah, you can work on it if it's a rote, though.
Yep.
And rotes have other benefits. Oh my goodness. Oh.
One.
All right.
Well, let's say that. Which spell did you cast? Greater Beast Control?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good, because otherwise that would only allow you to control one of the spiders.
Right.
Greater Beast Control, we'll say one success is enough for 2 spiders.
All right. And the third one bites me.
Oh, you 3 spiders? Well, let me do some math here. No, that's fine.
Say 2 is fine.
The three's fine. Three's fine.
Okay.
As long as you give them all the same instructions and don't try.
Yeah, I just want them to be up, like, on the upper back. And just sort of hang out.
Like under his collar,
Yeah.
poised and
Somewhere
ready
where
with their fangs dripping.
He's not going to feel them, but they're going to be ready if they need to be.
You gonna tell him the safe word?
Well, now give me a dexterity check. Dexterity plus athletics. We'll see how good your flick is.
Oh, shit. Dexterity plus athletics. So,
Okay.
So close.
You completely botch it. One spider just sort of falls off the side of your hand and goes straight down the stairwell. Another lands on Honey Badger's arm. And the third lands on the stairs and immediately begins dancing back and forth to try and avoid getting stepped on. But they do all seem to make their way toward Valley High. It's just they're going to have difficulty catching up unless you stop him.
okay.
To go to
Hey,
bed.
Charlie. How old are you?
Okay. Charlie, Valley High turns around and looks at you as if, you're asking a stupid question. His eyebrow is raised. But then
I'm not good
a
at
look.
telling how old people are.
But I'm not good at aging people. Sorry, Valley. So, but then a look passes over his face. A sort of a shadow crosses his face, and he looks confused. And he says, "I'm not sure, actually."
Can you give a guess? How old do you feel?
I mean, I think I'm like 25.
Sure.
But
Charlie, when's your birthday?
that doesn't feel right.
What are your thoughts about drugs?
What you ask him what his birthday is?
Yes.
Like what year he was born, or
Yeah. Well, what people would normally answer to, when's your birthday?
December 1st,
What year?
1971.
Oh, cool. All right.
Sure.
So yeah, okay. He's not 25.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's weird though. I can't. I don't know. Something's weird here.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's pretty weird. I know how old I am.
His eyes glaze over for a moment. Hard to say that, given that they are metal. And his voice takes on a robotic tone and says, "Old? Tell me more."
Oh, Jesus.
Somebody else explain it to him.
He's waiting patiently.
Old means frail and weak.
Huh. Interesting.
And now we're all frail and weak.
Now you're all frail and weak. Your spiders have caught up at this point, and they are currently scaling. Two of them, anyway, are scaling his pant leg. The third is struggling up from the fifth sub basement.
All right.
Valley High says, "Huh," and turns around and continues up the stairs.
Anybody else have any ideas?
I'm just gonna follow him at least until he gets to the lobby.
Hello, goodbye.
Your bag gives another jerk. And then does nothing, so you're going to continue up the stairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're remarkably incurious about your jumping bag.
I'm very curious about it, but I don't think he told us about it. So.
Oh,
think
sorry.
it did.
My kids came in and
Oh. Okay.
yeah, I'd like to check out my bag.
Ah, okay. That's smart. So you reach in there and you dig around.
You're doing
Yeah.
that instead of telling us about it?
Hey guys, my bag is weird.
Valley High turns around. Weird? Interesting. Tell me more.
It feels like a gyroscope.
Oh, good.
So just a thought. Maybe hand that back to somebody else before you look.
What, the shopping bag?
The arc
Yes.
spear.
Sure, yeah. Hold on to this, whoever's behind me.
I'll
I
take
think
it.
it's the Merovingian. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I guess it's me.
Hey, you've got the arc spear now. Okay.
Does my bag still feel weird?
Yes, it does. It is still jerking and twitching. And trying to move.
I'm gonna
of
check
its
my
own.
laptop first.
Okay. You whip out your laptop, and it looks pretty normal.
All right.
I want to read the outmost eddies and see if opening his bag and sticking his hand in there is going to be a bad thing.
So are you going to descend the stairs and take the arc spear from the Merovingian?
Yeah.
Okay. Read the outmost eddies. Let's look at that spell real quick.
So it's a level 1 fate spell. Know the outcome of some small random action in the immediate vicinity.
Okay.
It is not a rote.
So, Honey Badger comes storming down the stairs toward Albacore and stuffs his hand in his face and grabs the crystals of the arc spear without asking permission or anything.
As is my way.
And then rolls Gnosis plus Fate. And you want to know, you're watching Timmy dig through his backpack, and you're wondering what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The outcome of these one sentence summaries are.
I hear ya.
So that's on page 149. Let me look real quick. Read the utmost eddies. Oh, the flowery language. What the fuck does it do? Okay, simple success results in a small turn of immediate or nearly immediate good fortune pertinent to the will worker's current circumstances. So it's not reading the future. It's named, and in fact my summary is sort of misleading. What it does is it it gives you some good fortune, pretty much.
Okay.
Why does
So you should stick your hand in the bag.
Am I looking at the right spell here? Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Well, it doesn't matter, Drew. What effect are you trying to achieve?
I mean,
with fate?
winds of chance seems like that would be attracting good fortune.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Put a
so
lucky coin on my hand.
I just want to know if this is going to have dire consequences for us. His suddenly mysteriously behaving bag.
I know you've got a spell that does that.
Yeah. That's the one I thought it was. I don't...
You know, like the outcome of a coin flip, was it going to be positive or negative? You know, I just can't find the spell right now. It doesn't matter though. You've got the spell. I know you do. So 3 successes. So you're trying to figure out whether digging through his bag is going to be a positive or negative thing, more or less.
Yep.
It's vague. It's not obviously immediately positive or negative.
Okay.
So everything's fine.
Okay. Well, keep digging away then.
So you dig. And you pull out a piece of stone that you recognize. Let's see how well you recognize it. Let me look up how do you remember stuff. Recall a memory. Intelligence plus composure, please.
Okay. That is... I've got to roll. Yeah, I remember it.
And Honey Badger's standing back there too, so I want him to roll the same thing. Intelligence plus composure, please.
That's not a good roll for me.
You would recognize this stone also. Oh,
Oh, you recognize it even better than
you
I do.
recognize it even better than Timmy does. So, what do you remember about your second awakening, Drew? You approached a tower at the end, and
it's the stone that got chiseled out of it.
yeah, you did like a donkey kick and knocked a chunk out of the side of the tower, and then
Yeah.
I think you threw it at Timmy
us.
or something, and Timmy kept
Yeah.
it.
Good. Yes.
And apparently, it's still with him, despite the fact that that was in a weird dream world.
But we portaled to the weird dream world.
You went into his mind.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's a scary place.
Valley High sees it and says, "Oh," and then he turns around and continues up the stairs. So this chunk of rock is kind of tugging in a direction.
Okay.
Feels magnetic.
Which direction is that?
You would say it's like westish, but it's hard to say. You're a little bit turned around.
Down and west.
You're a little bit turned around right now. You've been going up and down a spiral staircase underground for the last half an hour. So
You walk very, very slowly.
I think I just want to keep a hold on it, and
So he's not holding the arc spear, but it's still pulling on him. It still has magical properties.
The chunk of the obelisk that's in Timmy's bag and now in his hand, it seems to be sort of warping and bending to get away from Valley High, first of all. But it's also weakly pulling in a direction.
Okay, so I have the arc spear. So I have my mage sight and I still have the bell sight. Am I seeing any tendrils towards the rock?
No.
Okay, and there's still a knot around Valley High's head.
Yes.
I can try to blow up the bindings again and see if we can undo the whole knot.
You could, sure.
But it's a vulgar spell, which seems like a bad thing around this dude.
What's
Except-
worse that could
what-
happen?
What were you saying? I looked over at YouTube chat for a second.
I don't think the
what
vulgar
I-
thing would affect him anymore. I mean, he's still, he's acting whatever, but he's still, I don't know.
Well, but he's got that second mind in there with him.
The Intruder.
The Intruder.
And it seems like he's hopping back and forth between Charlie and the Intruder. It's not like there's not like a multiple personality kind of switching back and forth so much. It's just sometimes he's talking like Charlie and sometimes he's talking like the Intruder. So he's on the first sub-basement at this point and continuing upward. And are you following?
Yeah, we're
I
still
assume.
following.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
Do you have a way-
old Metal Eyes is just about at the lobby then.
Do you have a way to detect what that tendril is, and like if that's in any way related to the Intruder?
The tendril's presence predates the Intruder's presence. You saw the knot around Valley High's head back, prior to Domeland. The first time you used the bell and looked at Valley High, you saw that. The Intruder seems to be new.
Okay.
So here are your options. You can either take a few seconds here before you reach the lobby, and I can ask you for a few rolls, and we can see what you can piece together from the information you've already got at your disposal. Or you can wait for Valley High to reach the lobby, and you'll have Echo, and you'll have Philippa, and you'll have other people there, and you can sort of collaborate and see what they come up with.
Maybe Mr. Fate Guy can tell us whether it's better to if it'll be a problem if Valley High reaches the lobby.
Well, this is. I mean, I'm looking for something that does that, and that's giving me some trouble.
Well, you were asking questions of the Fates a couple of weeks ago. Which
Yeah.
spell was that? That was a cool spell.
That was divination.
Oh, that's time, right?
Yeah, augury is very general. Divination is more specific, and costs mana.
Mana, that's the problem.
But I have mana, so let's piss some mana away because
Yeah,
mana's free. All right, so that's going to be what did I call it? Divination. So not a rote. Not going to be a rote because it's 2 dice penalty if it becomes a rote for me because I'm an idiot. So we're just going to do the roll.
You could take it as a rote and just never cast it as a rote, I guess. So
yeah.
Remind me here, you're going to roll this, and then the number of successes is how many questions you can ask?
That's how we did it last time. So
Okay. 2 successes. All right. Ask your questions. And spend your mana.
Yep, I spent the mana.
Would you like to solicit some suggestions for questions, or do you?
Well, so my first one is, would it be a bad idea to let this guy reach the lobby?
Well, now that's a qualitative, subjective judgment you're asking the Fates to make.
Is it bad for me if he reaches the lobby?
Will it turn out poorly for me if he reaches the lobby? Is that your question?
Yes. Seems sufficiently selfish.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, so you do have to.
We're good, guys.
You do have to declare a target with divination. And one success. So, are you the target? You're asking questions about yourself or about Valley High, or which one is the target of this spell?
It's well, I guess it's about me, but it's tied to him reaching a destination. So I don't know.
Let's just say you targeted Valley High.
Sure.
Okay, so will it turn out poorly if Valley High reaches the lobby? You receive a brief flash of a pachinko machine, and there's a ball falling down and bouncing between all the pins, and it's not clear yet which bin it's going to land in at the bottom.
Whoa.
Okay. So somewhere there's an Asian involved. Got it. Okay. All right. Well, I guess let me solicit some opinions here of what my other question should be. I'm sharing with them what I just saw in my first question.
Okay. Valley High is actually stopped and looking down at you. He's curious about these proceedings.
He would also like to know. That was my question. You could ask if Valley High will die if he gets to the lobby. Maybe, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Um,
That's too open-ended. Is it a good idea to throw this rock at him?
The tower chunk, the obelisk chunk that you have in your bag. Should you throw that at Valley High?
Yeah.
Anybody got something better than that? Otherwise, that's what we're doing.
It's a good start.
Okay. That's the question then. If
Okay.
Ender throws the chunk of the obelisk at Valley High, is that a good idea? Or is that advisable? Is there a positive outcome, I guess?
The vision you get this time is, oddly enough, mixed up with the movie Titanic. And what you see is the little old lady at the end of the movie holding her cherished pendant or whatever the hell it was.
Heart of the ocean.
Nerd.
What was it, Drew?
The heart of the ocean.
The heart,
Yeah,
right.
heart of the
She's holding her cherished heart of the ocean. She's standing out at the bow of the ship, even though it would have long since sank by the time she was an old woman. It's a weird vision. She's standing out there at the bow. Her vampire boyfriend isn't doing the I'm king of the world with her or anything. She's out there by herself, and she just pitches her heart of the ocean into the water, and it falls into the ocean and sinks and sinks and sinks and sinks. And she feels very sad about it.
So so throwing the rock at him will be a futile gesture that just pisses off the rest of our descendants for all time.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Putting it back in my bag.
Okay.
Valley High shrugs and turns around and walks into the lobby.
What type of mage was Valley High again?
Oh, that's a great question.
I mean, we talked. I know
I think he's life something because I remember
Yeah, life and
swear
spirit.
stuff from him.
Okay. Okay. So he's not doing a lot of. Okay. I was trying to think if I should create a fake fortune around one of you, a fake destiny, but if he's not going to be able to read that, it's probably not going to do anything.
Life and spirit are his specialties. And he's in the lobby now.
Oh shit! Well, the pachinko machine's getting us tell us to fall one way or the other. Oh yeah, he did help Yoder fix my tongue. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
So the would Merovingian and Yoder please give me oh shit, let me look at the character sheets. Merovingian and Yoder, please roll wits plus either academics or crafts. Whichever's higher.
Wits plus that?
Yep, plus either academics or crafts.
I will be doing academics.
Wow.
Okay, so nothing really occurs to Yoder, but Albacore, you saw Timmy waving this rock around and saying, "Oh, it's pulling me in a direction, no!" And you remember a documentary you watched once upon a time about how survivalists do create a compass out in the wild with a needle and some rocks and like a leaf with some water in it, and they stick the needle through the leaf and then they put it in a pool of water, and that lets the leaf rotate like the head of a compass, and the needle points true north. For some reason, that image sticks in your mind when you think about this rock.
Huh. Okay.
So Valley
Hey,
High
is that
is
right?
in the lobby.
Hey, is that rock a compass now? Does it always point the same way?
Maybe. I feel like we know which way is north because we're still in Madison. So,
Yeah, I know what way is north. That way is north, but I don't know what way that thing is pointing.
right. It might be interesting to find out, but I feel like maybe we need to deal with what's happening with Valley High right now before we worry about where this rock is taking us.
Oh, fine.
Maybe
Maybe
we
it's
could
like
just be like, "Hey, we found you, dude. Bye."
We're gonna
Yeah,
go
okay.
follow
Just
this
hope
rock.
everything goes fine.
let's do that. Okay, let's do that. I walk out into the lobby.
Okay.
I come with
The lobby is still empty at this point. Sodom rushed
Where
up
the-
here. Huh?
Where the hell is Sodom? That was my question.
Yeah, he rushed up here to find Echo and the rest, because he knows that you have found Valley High. But everyone else has spread out throughout the building, all searching. So, and he doesn't just have a magic spell he can cast to coordinate. So he's just got to continue up the stairs, use the elevators, run around looking for people old-fashioned style until he finds somebody.
Who's got mind magic and can
Although there were a couple people still in the lobby here. There was Dogwood, the little girl who was unconscious, and she was being tended to by Antebellum, I think.
That sounds right. I do have mind magic, but that's gonna. If we want to keep the Arc Spear a secret, that's gonna give away our game. I think. I mean, if we think that's fine, then
I feel like I should. I want to try something that I think I should be able to do with my spell. But you'll have to tell me if I can or not. I want to basically use the PA system.
You want to tap into it with forces or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
like transmission or something, and
Yeah, you can
Use it.
absolutely do that with forces. How many dots and forces do you have?
4.
Yeah, that's
yes,
two.
you can do that.
Yeah.
So I just want to like sidle over to a honey badger and stick my hand in his bag, and
Ooh.
then just use the PA system and say something like, "Everyone, please report to the lobby."
Okay, roll Gnosis plus forces. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's enough for a message. A short message. Everyone please report to the lobby. Is that the message?
Valley High is there, or Valley High is in the lobby. That's all I want to say.
Valley High is in the lobby. Okay. It comes out sounding significantly more garbled and staticky than it did in your head. But the message, you think, it was probably understandable. And you hear it echoing through the lobby and up and down the stairs, and it's louder than most PA systems, you think, but so definitely if anyone's in the building and if the PA system is on all floors, they will have heard that.
Cool. I think they'll come now, guys.
Valley High is in the lobby!
Antebellum is staring at Valley High, who is strolling across the lobby. Dogwood is now standing beside her, having regained consciousness, apparently.
Sorry, I had to run out. What did I miss?
Just that Valley High is strolling across the lobby, and Dogwood is conscious now, and she and Antebellum are both staring at Valley High wordlessly, because he is emitting purple flame and his eyes are metal.
Sure. So I'm going to hustle over to those two and be like, so we found him, but he was like this. And if you say the wrong thing to him, weird mini furry people attack you. So be careful.
Antebellum looks like she hasn't blinked in a week. And she looks over at you and says, "This is bad, right? This looks bad."
I've been a mage for like 8 days. You tell me.
This is bad.
It's been a rough 8 days.
All right, well, immediately, more or less, you hear footsteps clattering down the stairwell. Sodom, Echo, and Marduk all appear within seconds of each other. And then the elevator dings open, and Chapel comes walking out. And no Philippa, though. I think. Well, let's see if you remember what happened with Philippa, or whether you can figure that out. Would everyone who cares about Philippa please roll intelligence plus composure?
I'm good.
I care slightly.
I care.
Hold on.
Fine. I'll care a little bit.
Just a little. Just the tip. All right, so she never left the grease mobile. You left her out there with the Exarch dog. She never
Did
came
we
in
not
the building.
invite her in?
Well, she might have come in if you invited her, but I don't think you did. No,
Well, this isn't her place, so
no, she's a member of the Mysterium.
yeah, I don't know how comfortable people are with wandering back and forth.
Well,
Albacore, you left her in the car. I don't know how your relationship is going to fare from now on.
Chicks like dogs, man.
Uh,
I don't think they like strange no-anus dogs.
since you asked,
we made
I think Echo has mentioned. Somebody mentioned Philippa at one point, and it wasn't with any sort of, hesitant, disdain or anything. I mean, I don't think there's any indication so far that the Free Council is particularly aggressive toward anyone, and certainly the Mysterium is full of a bunch of book nerds, so they're probably not either.
Well, I'm gonna scamper on out there and see if she's still in the camper.
Oh, that seems like a good time to wander
I think
about.
so. Yeah,
You son of a bitch.
I have my reasons.
Well, you step outside, and 30 feet down the street where the Greasemobile is, you see Philippa standing over the ruins of the medieval device that you had used to stick into the dog.
Did we pull it out? Or did she pull it out?
Well, you didn't pull
I
it out.
don't.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Things just got interesting.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna walk over and be like, "What happened?"
Well, I pulled it out and broke it. It's evil.
Oh, dear God.
How's the dog?
Is the
I'm still
dog
in the
away?
lobby, so I can't ask. But
What happened when you pulled it out?
When I examined this mechanism, it was pretty clear that it deletes minds, so I assumed that it would be safe to pull it out. And the dog didn't respond at all.
Okay, good.
This thing, though, should not exist. Awful.
You know, I agree with you, but I was kind of hoping to use it to delete a certain mind. Okay. Well, I need your book knowledge. I need you to come take a look at something for me. And tell me if you've seen this before.
Okay.
Let's go.
She skips along behind you, happy as a clam.
Alright.
Oh, dear God.
Back into the lobby, and I just, like, 2-hand point at Valley High. Like,
That.
yes.
She kind of sucks her breath in between her teeth. That's not good, is it?
No, Antebellum said that is not good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it can be magic. What is it?
We don't know. It's definitely not magic. It seems like the absence of magic, if that means anything.
Well, the absence of magic is the abyss.
Well, that thing's from the abyss.
Okay, so that seems abyssal then. How do we deal with that?
Well, we're a little bit powerless to do anything about it right now. Normally, I would suggest that we run away.
Okay. She knows that we have the arc spear. So, based on that knowledge, what does she suggest we do?
Like, even with the arc spear?
Maybe whisper that, because the rest of the group doesn't know about that quite yet.
They might not even know what the arc spear is.
Well,
True.
okay.
If you,
Yeah,
if
we haven't
you
got
walk-
much further than the doorway. There's a purple flaming man. He was easy to point out.
Yeah. Like not flaming exactly, but his feet are. His footprints are.
I see.
Yeah, he's left a series of purple burning footprints behind him, although they're starting to die out, and they haven't spread or anything. They're not real fire. And he's just standing in the middle of the lobby, looking around, scanning his surroundings, looking at all the new people who are arriving one by one. Philippa says, well, I think we need more information. He hasn't killed anyone yet, has he?
Well,
But he tried.
we're not by those two, so
Yeah,
we can't
that's
really
right.
be engaged in the conversation, right?
Unless you
exactly,
were
I
to come
guess.
over by us, but
I'm just gonna wave from where I am. Hey.
so no, he hasn't killed anyone that we're aware of anyway. He did. He seems to have a additional consciousness or mind, and I think that attacked us by summoning weird mini dog people based on the description it was given.
You hear a voice coming across the lobby. Attack? Interesting. Tell me more.
Yeah, like that. Don't answer him.
Attack is when you do nothing and just stay perfectly still.
Aggressively.
Aggressive
Stillness.
It's kind of like meditating.
Oh, why would you really?
He nods to himself and turns around in a half circle, looking back toward the back of the lobby. All right, so Philippa has entered Sherlock Holmes mode here. She's trying to think her way through it. You know how spellcasting works, correct? You form an image of an effect in your mind, then you mentally reach across the abyss to grab a chunk of power from the supernal world to make that image into a reality. And sometimes things ride back on the spell from the abyss, warping reality. You're aware of this, correct?
Yes.
Roughly.
I don't know how this happened, but I'm beginning to get the sense that this area of Madison has itself crossed the abyss, and perhaps we are in the supernal world now?
Sure.
That kind of squares up with something the apparent, with something the Intruder said last week. It said, you remember
we came
that
by or something, and he hitched a ride.
Right, exactly. Like he said he's been he's loved Valley High since they first met, or it has loved Valley High since they first met, and it's longed to rejoin him. But people keep zipping past, and nobody ever stays to say hello until today, when your whole home came through his home.
Apparently, that was slow enough for him to grab onto. So I relay all that to Philip.
Oh, turns out it's a level 1 time spell, momentary flux. Judge whether an ongoing or upcoming event and is beneficial or adverse.
Oh, that's why I couldn't see it in Fate. All right.
That would have been better.
Yeah. Well, you've got both spells.
Yep.
How? Why did this thing? Why does this thing like him so much?
I don't know, but it's been mentioned before that when he was awakened, he was high as fuck. And apparently very bad things happen when he uses any vulgar magic. I don't know how that would play or work with all of this, but maybe, people are fun when they're on coke.
People awaken all sorts of different ways. I could certainly imagine a mind-altering substance causing problems during the process. Maybe he got sidetracked on his way to or from the supernal world during his awakening and got lost in the abyss for a while.
Had a bender in the abyss for
just had a weekend fling.
Wow. Okay. So if we were,
I forget. You've told Philippa you're inside a dome and you saw all these other cities.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, it seems she's of the opinion that the Exarch has collected a chunk of Madison and put it in a glass dome and stuck it up on the shelf with all his other favorite cities. And that's why she surmises you're probably all in the supernal world right now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That would make sense.
Oh, so, okay.
And that's why vulgar spells don't seem to matter.
Yeah, normally when you cast a spell, you reach literally across the abyss to get to the power. Now, you don't have to reach across the abyss anymore. There's no such thing as paradox. There's no vulgarness.
But there also doesn't seem to be magic.
Reflection of skyline, no reflection of...
It does seem that you're cut off from magic unless you are touching the arc spear, yes.
All right, what's going on with Valley High?
Why don't you give me a... I think that was an important line of questioning. Let me ask you for a quick roll.
All right.
Wits plus occult.
Ooh. Go away note.
Ooh.
That's a lot of 7s.
Right?
If
That's
Philip
gotta count for something.
if Philip is correct, and you are in the supernal world, why would you be cut off from magic? That does not make any sense. And your one success means that's stuck in your head now.
Yeah, we
Okay.
should be able to just magic ourselves silly.
You should be casting spells left and right, up, down, and center.
Well,
Man, it should be dripping off the trees.
Yes. And it strikes you that if all these other cities were imprisoned for their magical transgressions by the Exarchs over the past few millennia, surely there were some mages in some of those cities, and surely they would have figured out ways to bust out. So maybe they were cut off from magic too. Okay, so Echo is having a conversation with Valley High right now.
oh God. I grab Philip and just kind of drag her along with me and get an earshot.
The first thing you hear is Valley High speaking in his cold and robotic voice. How would you like to make 10,000 gold pieces? And Echo sort of smirks and shrugs and says, well, I don't know. How big are the pieces?
Hey-yo.
Echo sees you approaching, and she indicates Valley High and says, I'd like to introduce you to Dead Rat.
So you've met this guy before?
No, we just met now. Valley High turns toward you and says, yes, Dead Rat.
Dead Rat, nice to meet you.
Wait, hold on. Who's Dead Rat?
That's the name he gave, Echo says.
Okay.
Apparently she asked his name. None of you did.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I don't suppose you'd be willing to hop into a different form so we could have our buddy back here, huh?
Form. Interesting. Tell me more.
a form is like a chair that just sits there and doesn't do anything.
Hold on.
Sure. Interesting. Tell me.
Hold on. I need to. Where is it? Where is it? Crap. I want to cast the perfect moment,
Perfect.
which
moment.
allows me to act with perfect grace and timing in a social situation.
Okay, this seems fairly social.
Yes,
Give me a roll.
it is not. It is not a rote, but it is a pretty decent roll for me.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh
a
my
lot.
god.
That's okay.
Yep.
Which
damn it,
spell was
he's
this, Drew?
He's gonna have sex with it.
With Drew, which spell was this?
This
dots?
this was the perfect moment. It's
How many
a
dots?
it's a Fate 2,
Fate.
page 152.
And your intent in casting this spell is to give
To
yourself...
prevent myself from saying something stupid that's going to result in a conflict.
Or pick the perfect thing to say at the perfect moment.
Correct.
Yeah.
So his question was, what is form? Is that what you're going to try and respond to, or... What,
Yeah, because I had already said, you've got to... Can you move into a different form?
Let's see, what would be a
So
perfect
it says-
response?
Saying just the right thing at just the right moment.
You feel your spell prodding you to say something to the effect of, your current form is just fine.
Okay. Okay. Your current form is just fine. Do I want to describe to him what a form is since he asked? Or do we not care about being rude?
Do you do the sexy woman hourglass hands?
The safest possible response, according to the magic you feel pulling you, is Form is a material shape, and your current form is just fine.
Okay. Form is a material shape, and your current form is just fine.
I agree. He smiles.
Okay. Why is the idiot the guy who has this ability? I wish I could bestow this on him.
Echo seems like she's about to ask a question.
I did take the arc spear back from.
Oh, you
the
must have.
Merovingian.
Yes.
I never had it. I just stroked your bag.
Oh, that's right. You did stroke my bag.
So,
Essentially.
Echo asks, "Well, dead rat, what is your purpose here?" And he turns to her and says, "Purpose? Interesting. Tell me more."
Careful.
And she says, "Well, a purpose is sort of a motivating drive. It's what you hope to accomplish." Oh. Interesting. Well, what I want is to get out of here.
I feel like I want to say, as do we. So that we're on the same side, so we get a feeling of, like, camaraderie.
He turns toward you and smiles and says, "How would you like to make 10,000 gold pieces?"
I'm with her. How big are the
Hardly.
pieces?
He holds up his hands and makes a sort of a circular shape with his fingers.
Is he using both hands?
Yes. But the size is very small.
Okay.
We do already have plenty of gold.
10,000
Just wanna
pieces.
say.
Tell me more.
Where are you keeping this money?
Don't worry
I need
about
to see your
that.
credit report.
You mortals, so concerned with cause and effect. Let's just assume the gold will happen.
Okay. I'm not worried about that. I'm saying, tell me more about this opportunity.
Gold isn't really an event, it's more of a thing.
We're going to leave.
How?
Leave where?
Leave the building?
No, leave this horrible confining structure.
Oh, the dome.
Dome.
You know a way out of the dome?
He just nods. We're going to leave.
How can we help you do that?
Show me to the edge.
That we can do.
Can-
Echo? Any
wait.
problems with us doing this?
Is everyone by we, do you mean everyone in the dome, or just the people who are standing next to you at the time?
My love and I.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean, I like you, but
What about the rest of us?
No matter.
No, we matter.
well, it kind of matters.
Follow if you like.
Will you explain how you plan to leave?
Plan. Interesting. Tell me more.
What actions you'll take to exit the confining space.
He raises his hands, and the walls of the lobby bow outward. Dead Rat clearly has little regard for geometry. All of the right angles and flat surfaces in the room warp. Nothing breaks. Nothing falls. But the whole place just warps into odd shapes and curves and structure. Bad structure. And you kind of hear the building starting to groan under its own weight after this assault on its good structure. And Valley High just looks at you.
I'm going to look at Echo and say, thoughts?
What is this thing?
I think it's some kind of something that latched onto Echo or Valley High on the way through the Abyss. And I think we're on the Supernal Realm.
That's starting to make sense. This is an Abyssal?
I think so. If that's a thing. I mean, it's definitely an adjective.
In that case, it's an embodiment of chaos, and it's actively seeking to erode reality? I'm not sure we should let it out.
I'd like. Oh, what are you gonna say?
But yeah, we're in the supernal realm, so letting it out isn't like getting out into greater Wisconsin.
Right.
Well, are we sure?
I know.
Yeah, so outside the dome, if it's the supernal world, what do you know is out there?
Shangri-La.
Shangri-La.
All of our. Well, we're not going to
Camelot.
be able to get into any of the other domes if we can't get out of our dome.
Who's
What
to
else
say?
do you know is out there in the supernal world?
Exarchs.
Bexarchs,
All of our towers.
watchtowers, lots and lots of magic. Yeah.
Oh.
It's
So
magic.
Maybe or maybe not. Adustus.
Adustus, you suspect, is outside the dome.
Well, either that or he's outside the gaping maw that was once Madison.
He might be standing, yeah,
He's in Middleton right now.
Sun Prairie. Yeah, he's
He headed
I
over
guess
to
he
New
was in the
Glarus.
Southwest.
Okay.
But so that's everything you know about the supernal world at this point. Echo looks like she's slightly hysterical at the notion of of an abyssal. She's any rational thought in her mind may have just fled based on the look on her face. You're not
How
sure
about
you're getting.
Philippa? Philippa seem cool with this plan?
Philippa looks like she's calculating, thinking about her circumstances. She's not out of sorts. She's very much in sorts. This is the sort of thing she thinks about all the time. Magic theory and so forth.
I want to start edging toward the arc spear bag.
I'm going to cast Momentary Flux while he's walking over.
Okay. Momentary flux. Give it a go.
Okay. That's where. Yeah.
Wow. Oh.
That was
Okay.
impressively disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
I see so many tens on the sides of dice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's disappointing. So I just want to know that's ongoing or upcoming and discover whether beneficial or adverse. And I want to basically know leaving this guy not bitten by spiders. Beneficial or adverse?
Leaving him not bitten by spiders would be
How about letting him get bit by spiders, good or bad, rather than the opposite?
the double negative is confusing your spell. So letting him get bit by spiders, you're wondering if that's good or bad. It's a mixed bag. It might be some good, some bad.
Good God. This fucking pachinko machine. I'm done. Somebody else take this thing. I can't read anything.
Unless anybody has any better ideas, I'm gonna go for it.
Go ahead.
Valley High, between your two spells, says, "Which way to the outside?"
We're in a circle. It's every way.
Circle. Interesting. Tell me more.
I'm drawing an outline with my finger in the air.
Like this.
I'm looking around the lobby for like a maintenance closet. Is there a maintenance closet?
Now is not the time to drag Philippa in the closet.
There is a maintenance closet, but
perfect
the door frame has been warped by Valley High's little stunt. And you're not sure you're going to be able to pull it open, but there
Especially since you're a pansy.
there is a closet. So what was that roll, Ender?
That was spiders biting this dude.
Oh, geez. Okay,
Yeah, I'm going for it.
you're going for it. All right. Well, first, what is it you want the supply closet for?
Oh, I was gonna just tell him that was the way out and lead him into the supply closet.
Okay. So your spiders, two of them, up on his neck. They hurl themselves over his collar and tackle his neck. And the third one is still scampering its way across the lobby floor, and you can sense its disappointment that it's missing out on the action.
I feel bad now.
The two spiders take chunks out of his neck and inject a whole bunch of venom, and then hop free because they know what's about to happen.
And he blows up.
Okay.
Within a matter of seconds, Valley High, his legs go slack and he simply collapses in place, completely paralyzed by the spider venom in his spinal column. And standing in his place, you see a whitish creature. Whitish. It's a grayish, whitish, ghoulish sort of looking. Standing there with a hunched back, and up on its shoulders there are what looks like 100 candles burning and dripping wax into a solid platform that keeps everything stuck nice and fast up on his shoulders and back. And one side of his face is blank and featureless. The other side holds a single eye glowing with yellow light. The figure has 4 arms. 3 of them are holding lanterns, and the 4th is holding a torch. It doesn't look surprised.
Like a burning stick torch or a flashlight?
Like a burning stick torch, not a British flashlight. It doesn't look surprised. It doesn't look out of sorts. It looks down at Valley High with what you would read as disappointment. Why did you do that?
Who did what?
You did. He did.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. It's just spiders. They're around all the time. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Which way is out?
Where's that closet?
Point of the closet.
That door right over there. I'm
Thank
pointing
you.
at the closet. Yeah. Thumbs up.
The hunchback candle monster turns and walks toward the supply closet. And then simply phases through the door. Doesn't even attempt to open it.
Problem solved.
Uh-oh. I'm guessing he's not actually in the closet.
Yoder, heal this dude before he dies.
Okay. You do some of that shit.
Gonna hand him the arc spear.
Yes, please. That would be important.
I think you've actually got a
okay.
spell specifically for spider venom, don't you? Well, not spider venom, but
With life 5, you better.
Yeah, with life 5, he could turn the spider venom into butterfly
So,
farts.
yeah, can't he turn it into something that's just not that anymore or something?
Wow.
Like
Too bad the
heroin.
the spider didn't, bite me. Yeah, no, I do actually. Well, at least I would think I do. I have something that causes sickness or disease, so I'm guessing I can cure it.
You can definitely cure it, yes, with life 5. Yeah.
Purify bodies.
Self-purging. Well, it's
Well, that-
whatever. Banish
Like
plague. That's
self-
what it is.
Banish
Banish
plague. Sounds good. Roll me Gnosis plus life.
Okie dokie.
Valley High did show you this spell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
2 successes. 1,
He's
2
ashamed of you.
for the 2 spiders. And Valley High remains on the ground, his eyes still closed, but his breathing is even, and a rosy color returns to his cheeks. It seems pretty clear he's healthy but sleeping.
I'm going to run on over to that closet and see if I can wrench the door open.
Okay. Give me a strength plus athletics roll.
Oh, fuck. This feels important, so I'm going to use some willpower.
Wait, that's with willpower?
Yes, that is with willpower.
You grab hold of the doorknob and yank, and it doesn't budge. And you yank again, and it budges a little. And you yank again, and you manage to. I mean, it's like pulling the door. I mean, it's like the door frame is warped, and you're pulling the door along the floor. Like you can't quite get the fucking thing open, but you manage to pull it open enough that some light spills in, and you can look through the crack. And the whole room is warped and strangely ovoid, and there's not a straight line in it. And there's also not a strange candle monster in it.
All right. Hey, guys, he's not in here.
Cool.
Well, he did just walk through the door.
Well,
I guess
I mean,
that
the
makes
door's
sense.
wood. Who knows? Maybe he was pooping. I don't know.
Philippa says, we need to follow him.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Let me check my rock.
Oh, now there's time for the rock.
So you
Well, we
pull
have
your
to get into the lobby to see which.
you pull,
I'm gonna-
you pull your rock out. So the door happens to be on the northwest-facing wall of the building, of the lobby. So apparently this abyssal is now moving in a northwest direction, hoping to reach out. The rock. Let's see here. The rock is tugging you in almost exactly the same direction, northwest.
Guys, I think we better go northwest.
I'm gonna yell out, does anybody know how to stop an abyssal? Anybody?
Well, conversation seems to work okay, says Echo.
Okay, let's pretend we had more bullets in our gun than conversation.
If we were mages in the fallen world, the material world, once in a while, an abyssal thing like this manifests as a result of paradox.
Yep.
And you fight them sort of more or less the same way you fight anything. As powerless humans here in whatever the hell place this is, I don't know how we take down an abyssal. You can try shooting your gun at it. I've never seen one that looked like that before, though. What's going on with the music here? Yes, continue watching.
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah. My player paused because I was too idle.
I just want to whisper, guys, I think it might be time to tell him about the Arc Spear.
Well, you'd say that because you work for these people.
They'll give me a bonus.
Well, when dealing something like this too, having experience of people more than a week-old mage might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I want to go put my brain in the dog, and I don't think that's going to help.
Hey, you never know.
You've got it, right?
The dog?
Yeah, I still have it, I suppose.
The
Yeah.
Arc Spear.
So Ender just cast the spider spell, and then Yoder cast the healing spell. So I guess Yoder's got it at the moment.
Okay.
Well, you guys want me to?
If you guys want to show this to them, here's my proposal. I can have sanctify
Take off your
oaths.
pants.
I can have Echo swear an oath that if she prevents us from getting it back, she has no ability to stop me from taking it from her. If she's like trying to be malevolent with us and not give us it back.
So the oath would be she'll give it back.
That she has to get that I can take it from her with and she can't do anything to stop me.
As long as you use a safe word.
I guess, sure. Does that make you feel better?
So she won't. So let me enlighten you here a little bit. She won't know you're casting a spell. So at the moment she is a mortal. You can cast sanctify oaths, and then tell her, I have something to show you, but you have to promise to give it right back. And she won't even know she's swearing an oath.
That's true. Okay.
Does that make the oath invalid, or she just won't know about it?
She just won't know about it. She's mortal right now.
I can cast that. I suppose I could cast that and try to have that on everybody that's in this room, too.
That feels like a lot of work.
It does, yeah. That would be...
we don't have
Echo's
all day.
the leader. Let's just do it on Echo.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to roll it first.
Okay.
Hey, Echo. We've got something to show.
Echo is coordinating at the moment. She's urging Marduk and Chapel to follow the Candle Beast.
Okay. Echo, we have something that might help here, and I've still got my social situation perk going. So I guess what I'm trying to do, I want to make sure I say it right so that she's going to swear like the best possible oath to be good here. So, Echo, we have something that might help us here, but you have to promise to give it back to us if we ask for it back.
She looks up at you, and then she looks back at Chapel and Marduk and says, "Go on." And they take off running. Sodom's still there. Antebellum's still there. But Chapel and Marduk are now jogging out of the lobby, and they turn right after they leave the door, and they're clearly following the Abyssal. And she looks up at you and says, "You've got what? You've got something that could help? What, are you keeping it secret or something?"
Yes. Now promise you'll give it back if we ask for it.
Well, given that I don't even know what it is, sure.
Okay, so that happened.
Yeah,
Who's got it? Shale's got it, right?
You must have it if you're casting a spell.
Yeah, I have it. True.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you feel like the spell landed, and you feel like she just swore an oath.
Cool. All right, now I pull it out of the bag to show her.
And it's blindingly bright, and everyone in the room immediately turns toward you and goes, "Ah, God!" and covers their eyes. What is that? Philippa
Lay a
knows.
hand. Yeah, lay a hand on it. I tell Echo.
Ugh, could you put it back in the bag first? Jeez.
I feel like it'll have more an effect on you if you touch it and appreciate its brilliance.
Fine, God. Oh, and she reaches out a hand and
Julia,
touches it.
being a bit creepy.
Yep. I don't care.
Sure.
She's squinting and covering her face, and she reaches out with one arm, and the instant she comes into contact with it, suddenly her eyes pop wide open, and her head snaps in your direction and looks you in the eye and says, "What is this?"
We believe it to be the arc spear.
Da 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 da.
What's an arc spear?
Philippa, you want to handle that?
It's an artifact. It's a weapon that was created in Atlantis, and when the Celestial War happened and the Exarchs ascended the ladder into the supernal world, and then she goes off and
So
starts talking for like
to
90
wrap
seconds.
this up, it's an artifact that allows us to use magic here, while in contact with it.
And in the background, she's still talking, and they broke it into 47 parts and spread it around the world, and she starts talking about the Guardians of the Veil and a special sect that keeps each of the pieces secret and safe, and no one's paying any attention to her. Well, I buy that if I can touch it and this happens. She's being canny. She's not letting on that she can cast spells now. But clearly she's done something. And she hasn't taken her hand off it.
What'd you do? What you doing? Cast magic. Doing spells.
How do you feel about taking on the Abyssal now?
Better than I did 10 seconds ago, but we need to... She seems to have some new information. We need to go right now.
We got a grease mobile.
Let's go. Lead the way.
Okay.
All right. So you head out the front door, and you didn't say you gave the arc spear to Echo. You said you held it out and let her touch it. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. When you turn to leave, she willingly drops her hand from it and lets you go. And then you hear her make kind of an "ah" sound, because now she can't use her mage sight anymore, she can't cast her spells anymore, and she was apparently powerless to keep her hand on it.
Cool.
Yeah, everything works. Good job.
You're welcome, everyone.
Good job. Come with us, though.
Okay, yeah. Echo, come on.
So Echo and Philippa, and she gestures for Sodom and Antebellum and Dogwood to follow. They're all going to come with you.
Cool.
Antebellum,
so they had to do it last.
Antebellum doesn't have any of this information, and she says, "Are you sure you don't want to leave someone here to watch the shop?" Echo kind of looks around the lobby, and I mean, the building sounds like it's on the verge of falling over. It is no longer structurally sound.
Maybe
And she
that's not a
says,
good idea.
Yeah, she says, "I don't think that's a good idea, actually. Why don't you come with us?" Okay, Antebellum's reluctant. But they're all going to follow you.
Cool.
So you're jumping in the grease mobile?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. The dog, the Exarch dog, is still lying on your bed, motionless. Its eyes are open.
Whoa, we put him on the bed?
Yeah, you had him on your bed. It's that or the kitchen table.
The kitchen table would be better. Put a mangy dog on the bed.
Come on, it's not that much worse than the bed already was.
What was it? What was it gonna do? Poop on the bed?
What are you going to do? Put more bed bugs in the bed?
Ugh, fine.
Just disinfect with some grease. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I can't wait until we like have spells enough to transform the inside of this into like a giant palatial estate.
You probably do already. No, so
No,
you
need some of the space.
yeah, you probably need like space 5 to turn it into a TARDIS style, bigger on the inside.
I only have space 3.
Yeah,
Get on
I
it.
gotta work on that. Okay, so you're in the Greasemobile. Echo has reluctantly followed behind you. Antebellum and Dogwood look even more reluctant. And at this point, the Greasemobile is getting a little full. It's got the 4 of you. It's got Echo. It's got Philippa. That's 6 people rattling around in this thing.
And dog.
And the dog, taking up the whole bed all by itself. Antebellum says, you know what, actually, I'm going to make sure Valley High's okay. I'm going to get him out of that building before it collapses, and I'm going to maybe try and get him to a hospital. I don't even know if they're still working right now. And Dogwood's just nodding. She's quiet. So Antebellum and Dogwood are going to stay behind unless somebody has some reason to ask them to come.
We don't know those people. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. Sodom is with you too. Marduk and Chapel are on foot. And you've got Sodom, Echo, and Philippa in the Greasemobile with you. And you're going to drive northwest and look for the Abyssal?
Yes.
Or you're going to try and find...
Yeah, can somebody reach out to Marduk and Chapel? And anybody know where this thing is? Or a way to find it?
Well, it is still leaving flaming purple footprints everywhere it goes.
Okay,
All right.
let's follow.
Yeah, we'll follow and we'll start looking for those and following those.
The Greasemobile is in pursuit mode.
Who's driving?
Me.
Yeah, I think you have the best driving skill.
Well, Yoder has stunt driver, but...
Oh.
Okay, so let's have everybody give me wits plus investigation. We'll see if you can spot the footsteps as you drive along.
Yes.
I can't.
Well, the Merovingian had an okay roll. That's good.
I can see.
Because nobody else can.
I was looking
I got
at him
one
before,
success.
so I...
Yeah. It kind of makes sense, yeah. The Albacore had the most investigation of the footprints previously. Let me pop open the map. So... Well... You didn't wait very long before you started chasing after this thing. So it will not have made it all the way to the banks of Lake Mendota. It's only gone a couple of blocks. It's moving at, not even a brisk walk, just sort of a saunter. Directly northwest. Timmy, your rock is telling you are still on course. And Albacore is peeking out the windows. Honey Badger's simply trying to keep himself going in a northwest direction. The roads curve around a little bit, but he follows Carroll Street toward the lake. And Eagle Eye, Merovingian, spots a set of footprints on like Johnson Street. You're actually headed toward back toward Daydream.
Huh.
Okay.
So you turn, I assume, and head toward the footprints. And
Yes.
where the footprints have been, you see a lot of the sort of... It looks like he's no longer satisfied walking through structures. He's begun warping himself a sort of a tunnel. And there are houses and other places of business and so forth that now have a tunnel bored through them by this reality warping, space warping power that he's got.
Oh, good.
I'm sure it's fine.
Nothing's falling over. Nothing's breaking apart. Just like the Paradigm Solutions building, his warping was more or less non-destructive, although it did affect the structure. The soundness of the structure. These buildings are all too small to have been adversely impacted, so he's just opening up a hole through them and walking along. So where the footsteps are going, you look in that direction and see a similar tunnel through buildings and through trees, and there are people fleeing their homes and running down the street, and you imagine there would be all sorts of negative paradox type stuff happening right now if you were back in the real world. As it stands, everyone's panicking anyway because all the emergency services are down. There was recently a dragon on the library mall on campus. The police are being pulled in every direction at once. But through this tunnel, through the homes, you do see the back of the Candle Beast, the Abyssal. And he's just trudging his way toward Lake Mendota. Because you told him to go northwest.
Oh boy.
Well, you told him to go in a closet. To be fair.
Okay.
So,
There he is, guys.
thanks.
Echo, any thoughts?
Let's drive down a couple more blocks. Maybe we can intercept him.
Let's do that. Good idea.
Okay. So you turn right and drive a couple more blocks, turn right again, and you don't see any purple footprints on the street yet, so you have a chance to intercept him. What's your plan once you've done that?
Oh my god.
Plan?
Do we got the thing?
Tell me more.
The arc spear?
No, the anal probe.
No, it got broken.
Philippa broke it.
That's right. That's right.
She's probably not going to fix it for you.
No.
As far as I'm aware, the pieces are still on the sidewalk outside Paradigm Solutions.
Yeah.
Oh, pieces. I thought it was all dust. Okay. Anyway. All right. I guess my plan would be let's park the greasemobile out of the path of tunnel obstruction, and get out and just like hang out like we're casually there. And when he shows up, be like, "Oh, hey, buddy. I actually meant that way." No. And I go from there. I got nothing
Okay.
other than make sure the greasemobile doesn't get tunneled.
Good call out. Okay, so you park, and somebody's Three Seasons room opens up into a glass and metal tunnel, and out walks the Abyssal and strolls down to the street.
Hey, dude.
He stops and looks at you. Hello.
We were waiting for you. What took you so long?
Long. So long. Interesting. Tell me more.
Do you not experience time? I suppose you don't know what time it is either. Damn it.
I've heard of time. Oh, time. Oh. Good point.
I feel like I should stop talking to this guy.
He looks. I mean, as far as you can tell on his weird half-featured face, he looks sort of grateful for the advice, and he accelerates. He resumes walking and seems to be going at roughly 10 times the pace now.
10 times.
Way to
Is
talk
it-
about time.
Is it dog brain time, guys?
We should tell him it's the other way.
Well, I'm going to cast Friction Knife on him.
Oh. Okay. So you're going to grab the arc spear and you're going to cast Friction Knife on the receding back of the Abyssal.
Yes.
Get over
Okay.
here.
Get over here. What is he, Scorpion? Get over here. You just throw a spear through his dog?
Finish
All right.
him.
It's Friction Knife. Cool. So give me Gnosis plus Forces -3.
Oh, shit.
Better willpower it.
-3, you say? Yeah, I'm going to willpower it. So that'll just nullify that. The -3 and make it this.
Nice.
3 successes.
That guy is frictioned.
He's gonna be pretty freaky. Pretty fricksy. Let me look up Friction Knife again real quick here. What page is it on?
173.
Wow, it's a high number of dots. Friction Knife. 1 health wound of lethal damage per every 3 yards that he moves in a turn. And he's moving pretty quick at this point.
Hey.
And the weather is still sort of recoiling from the storm of the dome's descent. And there's a lot of wind, which adds to the effect of the Friction Knife.
Cool.
So what you see is he's walking really fast. Still just walking. It looks like a funny fast-forward motion. And almost immediately after you cast the spell, which luckily you got off before he was too far away, you see parts of his body sloughing off.
Ew.
A shoulder here and a hip there, and bits of candles. And they're all just flying off him and landing in the flaming purple footprints he's leaving behind. And he is being whittled to pieces as he rushes onward. He doesn't make a sound. As he moves, I don't need to roll anything. He's taking. Let's see here. If he's moving at 10 times the speed he was before, that probably means he's moving. Well, he's taking a bunch of wounds every round. So every 3 seconds, he's taking a bunch of lethal wounds, which will compound and slice him to bits. And by the time he goes even a block, there's not a ton of material left. It looks like the lanterns and the torch that he was holding fall to the ground in the middle of the next street over, from what you can see from here.
Oh, I'm going over there and I'm picking those up.
The pieces.
No, the torch and the lanterns.
Okay.
And maybe like a shoulder candle.
Maybe like a candle from the shoulder. As you walk through the flaming footprints and past all the pieces, you hear a chorus of voices coming from all around you, saying, "Why did you do that?"
Shit.
Oh, no.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
That? Interesting. Tell me more.
The spell you cast.
It's just not good to run. You gotta go.
Running is, yeah, you could trip, you could get hurt.
Yeah.
You're sending some real mixed messages here.
The air might rip your skin right off.
Yeah.
Go that way. Go faster. Stop running. The pieces of him are sprouting limbs.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
You. Oh, my God.
Am I still going the right way?
No, I'm pretty sure it's the other way. I got turned around in the building, and I was pointing in the wrong direction. It's the other way.
Very well. The pieces scatter and go every direction.
So,
And by every direction, I mean some of them go straight up, some of them go straight down and tunnel into the earth. This thing is now warping your surroundings at an accelerated rate. Friction knife appears no longer to apply.
Oh, shit.
Well, we'll leave it there for now, because we've just got a couple minutes left.
We've done it now.
Maybe we should go check out where the rock wants us to go.
You ripped the Abyssal Candle Beast apart, and its pieces all sprouted legs and took off in random directions.
Okay.
And it's still trying to get out of here, you assume, the dome.
Did it leave its lanterns and torch?
Yes.
I went to inspect them.
Okay. The lanterns, oddly enough, seem to be completely mundane. They are not particularly magical in any way. In fact, they weren't even lit when he was carrying them. They were just decorative. Why don't you give me a Gnosis plus Prime roll? One success.
Jeez.
So yeah, there's nothing on the lanterns, but the torch gives you the same sort of vacuum void sensation when you examine the magic on it. There's not no magic. There's the opposite of magic on that torch.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in my backpack.
You gonna put it out first?
No. Yeah. Yes, I would like to put it out and then put it in my. I would like to. Yes, put it out first.
All right. Well, put Abyssal Torch on your inventory sheet, and you'll just have to figure out what that does later.
Probably good things, I'm sure. Okay, so yeah, and so right now we have. Does it matter the number of abyssal chunks going away from us?
It matters. There are the ones that grew legs and continued their march were the larger ones. There are bits that flew off him and just burned to a crisp in the air, and the smaller pieces were destroyed utterly. But there are roughly a dozen larger pieces that fell off as a result of your spell and are now proceeding.
how many was that?
A dozen.
Dozen.
Like an arm and a leg and part of a head. And
It's really more than we're going to be able to keep up with.
well, you've got other people here.
Down through the ground.
Well, we only have one arc spear.
That's true.
And considering some of them tunneled into the ground.
Yeah.
Or just fell through the ground.
And one of them is oddly enough just walking straight up into the air.
Sure.
Your obelisk shard, your little piece of the tower that you had in your bag, it's still pointing northwest, or pulling you northwest.
If nothing else, we should continue following that, I say.
Yeah, next time.
All right. Next time then. Good night, YouTube.
Good night.
Bye, YouTubes.